Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Absolute monster week last week. Friday, even better. So indexes, futures, everything's on a rip mode. We are green pre-market, holding pretty good. On Friday, SPY on the daily. I mean, if you were a technical trader and you looked at this candle, you'd probably see a little topish pattern. But now we're opening above it. Let's see how well we hold, or do we just make a little bullish flag pattern here and then we continue going up, right? And the comment 470, if we take out and we hold above, we're very strong. We likely see much higher. And again, a lot of gains were made in the market last week, last 2-3 months. A lot of you guys made a lot of gains. We're absolutely on tier mode. Just protect and manage your gains, right? Not every day will be 100,000%, or your account is not going to go by a lot every day. If you're predicting that, then you're in a gambling mode, right? So don't do that. Protect your gains. That's one thing that we teach at My Stock Life. Don't go all in. Manage, watch sessions if you need to. And those that attended session last night, congrats. For those that didn't, if you're a premium member, the session will be posted sometime today or tomorrow. We'll upload it and you can watch it. It's on Leaps. All right. Tech also strong, holding well pre-market, similar chart to SPY, right? Near all-time highs. So as long as we continue holding above the 390 level, I believe before earlier our level was 382.50, but that level has now changed given the recent action. 390 is must hold, right? And below that, 382.50 has to hold no matter what, if we ever get the retest, okay? Above 390, we continue going higher. All the tech earnings are out. It's a season now for the next 8 weeks or 10 weeks. There we don't have much earnings, right? After 10 weeks, we'll start earnings with Netflix and whatnot again. All right, so now let's see how the technicals, how the market performs, and we follow with the technicals. So Qs look good so far. As long as we continue holding above this 390 zone, I think we can flag out and we continue higher. And maybe today we continue the rip to the high. So let's see. And some charts now that we want to go over. CAT, a fresh pick at Beard Capital. They raised their price target, and for the coming years, they give a long-term target on it. They're expecting their revenues and earnings to go up by a lot. CAT is up a lot pre-market. It's up 10 or 12 bucks pre-market. On a move like this, there's usually continuation. CAT, I will give you a play right now what might happen and likely chances to happen. We have the 200-day moving average just below at 215. At $214.87, depending on broker, it might be off by a few cents, right? So CAT, if, I'm going to write this down for you guys here. CAT, if retests 200-day MA, all right, daily moving average, if it retests 200 DMA and then takes out high of day, likely goes much higher for the day. Okay, likely goes much higher for the remaining day. So that's something that you can probably play on continuation with your stop losses. Obviously manage your size. So if we retest the 200-day moving day average, which is around 215 bucks on CAT, and then it might retest a little bit lower, I don't know, right? And then it takes out the high of the day. This is the key word. Once it retests this 200-day moving day average, it takes out the high of the day. It likely continues much higher, all the way towards 223-ish, all the way towards 223-ish, and through we have 230 straight. All right, and if the market is strong, and plus we have the infrastructure bills coming out, and all those news are probably going to mark a bottom in the stock and probably a likely new uptrend. And when stocks like this run, they run a lot, and we often miss the run. All right, so CAT, just keep an eye on it on this gap up. If this gap up holds, it's probably something like this. If the with the bill, if something like this, that might start on CAT. All right, it's a possibility. So just keep an eye on it. So today, if you're looking for a day trade or an entry or swing, this is what I would do. All right. That's one. And then TTD absolutely smashed their earnings, and they also raised their guidance a little bit. And I already have the number here, 85. If we can get through 85 on TTD, I think it goes much higher. Same scenario as CAT. If we retest towards 80 bucks, this also the same scenario. Retest of around 80, or it might go to 79, 78, I don't know. And then takes out high of day, we likely go higher for the remaining day. Okay, we likely go higher for the remaining day. And based on TTD, we have another stock, MGNI. It's also in the similar sector. It's also in the advertising sector. So it's at a very strong support level right here. As you guys can see, this is a very strong support level. So if you're a technical trader, you want to see this support level hold. And if MGNI continues holding here, it might make a move back to the upside based on this TDD earnings. Positive sentiment is already up a couple of percent pre-market. And if we can take out the highs of Thursday, which is $24.05, above 24.05, we have this gap fill all the way towards $26, above 26. And that $2 trade can give you a lot of money on options. And my stop would be the low of Friday is simple, if I buy. All right, so MGNI is a chart that you want to keep an eye on. I think it can make a move towards 26 bucks just based on TDD sentiment. And then let's see. If it breaks Friday low of day, then avoid that trade, then I would not get it. So MGNI is another stock that you want to keep an eye on. PayPal, we had a little early entry last week. It was a great trade, gave us nice profits of more than 45-50%. I'm still holding my position. They do have earnings today. I think the stock is just too beat up from 308 all the way to 225. That's a big move down, almost 30%, 25-30%. That's a huge move down. And I think right now pre-market is trading high. If you bought the spreads with me on Friday, you should be up nice on them at the pre-market. They should be up at least 30-40%. If you're holding the calls with me for this week, 235, today it's earnings. At the open, you will be in profits if it opens here. It is up to you to manage. I will be holding through earnings because I believe we might get a move towards 240. And today, if we do get the rip, so on PayPal, another thing that I was looking at, if we do get the rip on PayPal today and by anyhow before earnings, we get 235, 240. Against my call, I might even sell a call further out to protect my principal into earnings and create that into a spread. So that's something that I might do on PayPal. Keep an eye out on it if I do it. Only if we get the rip towards 237. If we don't, then I'm probably just going to hold into earnings. All right. And spreads I have for November 19th. So a lot of flow came into PayPal. We've been in it for almost 4 or 5 days. And one of my other admins also jumped into PayPal, so that's another confirmation for me, LB. And then let's see how this one plays out for us. Lucid, our leaps are up huge. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, I'm just waiting for it to get to the $50 level plus. If we do get 50 plus on a squeeze, which is very possible, right? Our spreads for 36.40, they're up huge. Manage, I sold some on Friday. I'll sell some more today maybe. If we get the 50 plus squeeze on LCID, our leaps are going to be up maybe a 250 to 300%. And I will likely, yesterday, like I explained in the session, I will likely sell the $80 calls or something to lock in my principal and some profits, and then just ride the entire spread for free, which is over a 600% position. All right, so keep that in your mind. And LB just made a comment. Walmart has begun driverless trucking deliveries. Wow, that's huge. Walmart also another stock which we nailed last week for 200%. Those that sold at the right time. But Friday obviously gave back gains. But Walmart, only one number matters for the past few months, 154. If Walmart takes a 154 and it holds above 154, we have 160, and through 160 we have 170, 180. It's a fresh uptrend that will start, in my opinion. The only thing is I don't like this gap near 142, hence 140.54 will avoid all these things. Above 154 we go much higher on Walmart, so keep an eye on Walmart. And Tesla, a lot of you guys are wondering this on technical basis. This is a clear top they gave us. Technically, this is a very clear top they gave us, right? We could have done all the bear spreads we wanted to here above these levels and collect all the premium. Tesla is down today based on Elon Musk's tweet, right? I was talking to T, I think he heard in an interview 1-2 months ago. He told me last night that he has some options that he had to convert or sell, whatever that was. Something regarding that, I still need to look more into it. So that tweet basically, put some negativity in the market, is down. But again, anything can happen. They can rip it right back up if he tweets something else. If on one tweet he can take the stock down 50 points, on another tweet he can take it back up 50 points. Just keep that in mind. But for now, the clear support zone on Tesla, in my opinion, is right here, 29 October hold, which is 11.10, 11.20ish. So 11.10 is the first support that I see. Above, if it flags here, if Tesla comes here, and I think it's going to be in a flagging pattern for a bit, I don't think it just rips to straight all-time highs again. It made a new nice move, and now we do have some resistance above 1200 now based on today's move, and we might just continue flagging here. Maybe in December again we get another rip, but 1110 must not break. If 1110 breaks, then all these gaps are likely to be filled towards 900. All right, so Tesla 1110 is must hold, and then we have Amazon. I think this has blessed many of you guys. The only thing I can say is when a stock gives you a lot of gains, we tend to fall in love with it and we continue playing it. But you need to understand it's a stock at the end of the day. It has no emotions attached to nobody. It owes nothing to no one. It will do what it's going to do. Above 35.50, there's a lot of selling pressure on this stock. Just know this, gave up a lot of gains. What we want to see is we want it to hold here for some time, right? The reason I'm saying this is if we can hold Amazon in this range for the next 3-4 days, it will ease the premiums for 1-2 weeks out, and maybe we'll get an entry again. I will not be buying Amazon today. If you're buying Amazon today, right on Monday, you're just hoping that Amazon goes up. Maybe it rips. If it rips a Friday's high, then yes, I will probably do a spread or maybe enter a call and have a close stop loss on it. But expect some sideways movement here. All right. Unless we take off Friday's high and we hold above it, then yes, I'm bullish. It goes higher. I do have positions, so but I will not add any more until it takes off Friday's high. All right. Any other tickets that you guys have, just type in. I'll go over them. No problem. Neo is another stock that you guys want to keep an eye out on. It's at the 200-day moving average. If we continue holding above this and we take out the Friday's high, we likely see a move towards 46, 47. So Neo, just have it on your radar. We see a move into this zone right here. All right, if we take out Friday's high, it's a very easy trade, and we have a $3 move above 45. All right, Telray up a little bit pre-market. Canopy Growth, the earnings came out. There not too many great comments on the earnings, but then we saw some a comment that was posted in Discord by T that there's a bill which is coming. T, what was that?
Republicans introduced a bill.
So Republicans introduced a bill, right? But on Tilray, I think if it takes out this high right here, which is 1128, so 1128 is the number is given right on the chart. If we take out 1128, we see much higher on Tilray. All right, in my opinion. First level will be a 12 hold and then all the way towards 14. All right, so keep an eye on Tilray. I do have leaps on it. And again, it's a very news dependent. Technically, it also looks like for a bounce. And if some news come and push it, we can get a nice little squeeze. The reason I'm saying a squeeze is because when a stock from a downtrend starts holding support, it starts showing that, you know what, we're not going to go lower than this. Then the shorts eventually start looking to cover their, lock in their profits and cover their position. And that will probably drive a little a squeeze to the upside. All right, so keep an eye on Tilray here. Apple, another stock chart which might be ready to go, is one that hasn't ran yet the way other stocks have given us a run. So Apple above 154 hold. If we continue holding above 150 and then we take out the high of 28th October, which is a 153.17. So I'm just going to give you guys some numbers on the dot today. 153.17. If it takes a 153.17, that will be showing a lot of strength, and we likely test all-time highs towards 156 plus. So 153.17 is the number for Apple if it can take out. All right, 153.17. Facebook, a nice little pattern that we had. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know if you can make it like a falling wedge pattern, sort of, right? We had this. And as soon as it broke out, held this base here, we had a move up. Near resistance here, if it can flag here for some more time maybe, right, and it can hold above these levels and we get this little sideways pattern, maybe I'll play to the upside. But I don't want to buy here. Metaverse, I know it was big news, what not, but I wanted to consolidate a bit more here and then I'll buy it. All right, but or maybe if you really like Facebook, I would play leaps on it, 2023 late or 2024. But weeklies or short term, just be careful. If tech pulls back, this is going to have a big move back. MasterCard, absolutely. See, when we say hold levels, it's failed to hold these levels. It failed every time it tried holding. It failed. That's why I say when the stock holds a certain level, we can see higher. But MasterCard kept failing above 360. Gave us a nice little down move, a strong support level it built here, right? And it bounced, had a nice little bounce. Into the holiday season, and the catalyst is the Christmas holiday season shopping on its own. More spending, this sector will go up, right? So we need some stats, we need some numbers. As soon as one of these comments come out that, you know what, holiday spending has increased by this much, keep an eye on the financial sector, the credit sector of the financials. Then we might have a run in MasterCard and Visa. But for now, until 365 hold, I would not touch it unless you're following news and you hear one of these companies these days will come out and say holiday season spending has increased by this much. All right, and those numbers will probably make Visa, MasterCard, and AXP move. All right, until then, 365 in between is kill zone. All right. Google, also a very strong name, absolute ripper, all-time highs. Made a little toppy action, but if we continue holding above this flag of 2950, if 2950 I can continue holding, and if it takes out 3000 and stays above 3000, we likely see 3100, 3200. All right. Trade desk, as you guys can see, absolutely smashed earnings, which is also positive for Google as well. All right, for advertising. So keep an eye on Google as well. CCL, somebody asked. Today I'm just going over a lot of charts, less news, right? CCL, I think about 200 moving day average. If we can continue holding, and as the reopening eases, less restrictions on vaccines, I think this can see a move up. But for stocks like this, you need to give it time. All right, you gotta buy at least 1 year on options if you're buying options. All right, so buy yourself time on stocks like this, because eventually one of these months, easy news comes. It's a huge pop that one day makes up for all your time and gives you a return on your options. All right, so CCL is one that you want to keep an eye on. I also had a stock in my mind that I wanted to go over. I had one stock that I really want to just go over. Yeah, EDU guys, EDU Chinese stocks had some news in the morning that they will allow them to resume certain businesses under certain circumstances, which will bring in revenue for them. All right, these stocks took a huge beating, and now they're coming up with news. The stocks down from 20 to almost $2 is down a lot, down huge, 80-90% on equity alone. Keep an eye on EDU. GTLB, I believe, was it? No, not this. Go to GOTU, sorry. Yeah, GOTU. Keep an eye on this name as well. GOTU and EDU. Chinese names might make a move off these. All right, they're easing restrictions. That's a positive sign for us. So look into it. The news they came out with, they will allow them to do some business under certain circumstances, and that can make the move stock go, and it can probably have a short squeeze as well. So keep an eye on EDU on small counts. Somebody asked yesterday on a 5K count, how do I play equity? I would probably put in maybe $200, $300 in equity. That's just my opinion. If it goes up by 50 cents, that's $50 on my $200. All right, that's why you look for equity plays, confirmed equity plays, and my stop loss will be maybe a low of Friday. All right, so the ratio is 10 cents versus 50 cents. Okay, so I'm willing to take on a 10-cent loss, but my gain will be 50 cents if it goes in my direction. So the ratio is in your favor. That's how the stop losses ratios work. All right. So EDU, keep an eye on it. Baba, also potential inverse head and shoulder, but I don't look at the pattern. I just look at the price levels. But I'm just going to draw this for Yash because he's been saying this. But for me, as long as we hold above this $180 level, 180, investor confidence, 220, confirmation to skyrocket. All right. Baidu also similar thing. If we can get above 180ish, right on Baidu, 178 is a must hold. It failed. So above 178, 180, we have much higher on Baidu, K-Web, ETF, the internet ETF in China, building a nice strong base. T pointed this out yesterday. So if we take out above this base, which is 54, $55, we likely see a move towards past 60. All right. So above this, we see a move past 60. All right. And I think a very easy pre-market today. Just manage your gains. Monday, for the first 15 minutes, I like to look at the market, see what's happening, let the premiums die. Some of you guys buy in on Monday. In the first 5 minutes, then the trade goes opposite against you. Then you wonder why the premium dies so much. And then after half an hour, even though the stock comes back to the same price, the premiums are still down. And you're wondering why is my option down? Understand these things. On Monday at the open, premiums are usually high. All right. So have a confirmed trade if you're gonna have it. We will be on voice chat all day. God bless. See you guys. Manage your accounts.